what I see is that the next point in this long term is going to be we're going to need to increase the capacity. I really think that with the way and the I suppose the caliber of people that are starting to push this, and especially with people like Russ, who's so embedded in seeing growth and seeing good people do good things. I think that really resonates with this market. I think it resonates with the world, and I think that we're just lucky that a company like RTI has really pushed into this, and it's going to enable that philosophy shift in business, where we're going to see, increase in demand, we're going to see an increase in business, but it will be done the right way. So, I think that's the most exciting thing for Codecom. Really kind of thrive on values, whether it's integrity, whether it's honesty, following our values and working with the right people is the right long-term approach. So I just see that the sky's the limit for this, and I think that with the availability of land, the location on the Sunshine Coast, the ability for the Sunshine Coast to kind of forward think and plan and support this is huge. But I think that nothing should be taken away from RTI and Russ for seeing the opportunity, but not just trying to capitalize on that opportunity, trying to bring everyone else up. And I think that inclusive approach to any market is really, really nice. I think that the last point that I'll say is the inclusion. It's a very incorporated and inclusive, I suppose, group of people up here. The way that the whole market's kind of including, you look at the next DCs and those type of people and the Superloops and the Megaports, these companies, there's a lot of tech development that comes out of Queensland. This cable just kind of celebrates that. There's a lot of kind of really incredible people that have led the way in this telco market. And I think it's nice to see Queensland now being celebrated with these opportunities. Codecom, we're a small business, a small Australian business ourselves. So daily compete with, billion-dollar plus companies. And to have a focus on celebrating and assisting these small companies, it really spreads the ability for everyone to benefit. And I think that that's kind of the basis of the Australian economy and really like the world economy. We're not just dumping all our money in kind of one bucket. The opportunities being spread around others. So it's really unique, the approach. And I think it's one of the best approaches to market. I think that with smaller business, you definitely get the opportunity to work on flexibility and support and also too, like you talk to everyone within RTI, and it's a very unique to have a company who's so kind of focused on that community and that ability to help see other people succeed. Too often in the world, we get focused on wanting to be better than other people rather than kind of lifting other people up. I just think this is the opportunity, and for such a large scale project, to show that if we have an incorporated and inclusive approach, we can all win. I've seen a real change in the approach and the way that everyone's treating each other. It's now starting to see how we can lift each other up. And I think that's not just important for the industry, that's important for us as people. And I think that that's really important to show our kids, what are we providing? The telecommunication market is one of the most secure industries in the world. And if we can really start to embed ourselves with these values of helping each other and seeing the small guys come up and succeed, I think that we're now starting to create an industry, and I suppose that kind of then impacts on a world that we're going to give to our kids. It's a beautiful thing that's starting to happen, and I think that people will look back in this in 10 years and it'll be a monumental moment, but it's for us, we're just really, really proud, I suppose, be associated and have some great relationships with RTI. And it's really nice to be involved in a time where we're starting to see such big industry change. What it's doing as well is it's spreading, and we're able to attract better talent. You know, we're not just going into the same bucket of people to try and attract. So we're creating some diversity. You know, we're creating expansion. We're creating more opportunity. So the flow and effects of, you know, you have a look at kind of what happens in the US. You've got data centers that are built in the middle of the country. You know, these big companies go in, they build them, but then you've got opportunity for people, for jobs to expand. And this is like finally happening in Australia. You've got a lot of kind of regional play. You've got some smaller companies coming through that are building edge data centers, like leading edge data centers or data exchange. And it's now giving the ability to spread out of those major hubs. We want the population density to kind of, I suppose, move out of those areas. But how do you do it if there isn't the opportunity? So this is kind of giving that. And then on the back of that, you know, you've got increases in jobs for the kids coming through. You've got, you know, you can attract people from different industries now. You've got the mining and those type of things. So the flow on effect and the ability to kind of finally have opportunities in Queensland, but not just focused in Brisbane. This is a regional play. So who wouldn't want to live on the Sunshine Coast or up here? The weather's incredible. The people are really friendly. And it's just, I suppose that people are just now starting to realise that the opportunities are here. The ability to attract great talent, the ability to kind of get good land and good pricing, and the existing talent here with the right people. I think that it's incredible. You know, it's good to be a part of, and RTI should be incredibly proud of what they're creating, and the government should, I hope, kind of really see and appreciate the value this is bringing to us as a society and a community. There now is this great opportunity on our doorstep that we've been fortunate enough to be in the right place at the right time, you know. So I think that what it does do with technology and the ever, I suppose, the changing environment, this just now gives the local, I suppose, community the opportunity to move and grow with that. And I'm just excited to see kind of what comes next, you know, what some of these Queensland businesses are going to start to develop, you know, what kind of tech hubs kind of come out of the region, and seeing some of our friends in the industry who've had great ideas, seeing those come to fruition and build these data centers. You know, there's some people on the Sunshine Coast like Adam Davis who's, you know, had these ideas about the Sunshine Coast for years, and you just really hope that the people who have kind of visualized that this was possible and now seeing it come true. But yeah, it's incredible. It's fun. It's fun, and it's exciting, and it's nice to see the energy in the industry at the moment. It's given everyone a big lift. We're only limited by the things that we can kind of manifest in our mind. So I think that, yeah, it's the opportunities are endless here. You know, it's definitely not just a telecommunication thing. That's just the access point. It's going to be what kind of data we can send back. It could result in manufacturing. It could result in anything. It's you know, it's infinite, the possibilities now that we have that access. I think the telecommunications will benefit, you know, be the first to benefit. But I think the flow-on effect of that will be to see the innovation that starts to come out of the community. And with support of the government and support of local companies, I think that there's definitely the people up here to kind of do that. We've got some great industry leaders. We've got some people who have already been very successful. So I think that with the opportunity that this brings, and the increase in the economy, you know, with more people up here becomes more ideas, becomes more products, and that it just kind of flows on. So I think that, you know, it's not just for the now, it's going to be for even the next generation coming through. You know, the ability for the kids at university now to understand this, to now identify that there's kind of some of these opportunities.